Hello, Sycamore. Hope you've had a good day. It's time for Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And we're up to, we haven't got many chapters left actually, nearly finished the whole book. We're up to chapter 28. Only Charlie left. Which room shall it be next? Said Mr. Wonka as he turned away and darted into the lift. Come on, hurry up, we must get going. And how many children are there left now? Little Charlie looked at Grandpa Joe, and Grandpa Joe looked back at Charlie. But Mr. Wonka, Grandpa Joe called, there's only Charlie left now. Mr. Wonka swung round and stared at Charlie. There was a silence. Charlie stood there, holding tightly onto Grandpa Joe's hand. You mean you're the only one left? Mr. Wonka said, pretending to be surprised. Why, yes, whispered Charlie. Mr. Wonka suddenly exploded with excitement. My dear boy, he cried out, that means you've won. He rushed out of the lift and started shaking Charlie so furiously by the hand that it nearly came off. Oh, I do congratulate you, he said. I really do. I'm absolutely delighted. It couldn't be better. How wonderful this is. I had a hunch, you know. I thought from the beginning it was going to be you. Well done, Charlie. Well done indeed. This is terrific. Now the fun can really begin. But we mustn't dilly. We mustn't dally. There's even less time to lose now than there was before. We have an enormous number of things to do before the day is out. Just think of all the arrangements that have to be made and the people that we have to fetch. But luckily for us, we have the great glass lift to speed things up. Jump in, my dear Charlie, jump in. You too, Grandpa Joe. No, after you. That's the way. Now then, this time I shall choose the button. We are going to press, let me think. Mr. Wonka's bright, twinkling blue eyes rested for a moment on Charlie's face. Something crazy is going to happen now, Charlie thought, but he wasn't frightened. He wasn't even nervous. He was just terrifically excited. And so was Grandpa Joe. The old man's face was shining with excitement as he watched every move that Mr. Wonka made. Mr. Wonka was reaching for a button high up on the glass ceiling of the lift. Charlie and Grandpa Joe both craned their necks up to read what it said on the little label beside the button. It said, up and out. Up and out, thought Charlie. Sort of room's that? Mr. Wonka pressed the button. The glass doors closed. Hold on, cried Mr. Wonka. Then, wham! The lift shot up like a rocket. Yippee! Shouted Grandpa Joe. Charlie was clinging to Grandpa Joe's leg, and Mr. Wonka was holding on to a strap from the ceiling. And up they went, straight up this time, with no twistings or turnings, and Charlie could hear the whistling of the air outside as the lift went faster and faster. Yippee! Shouted Grandpa Joe again. Yippee! Here we go. Faster, cried Mr. Wonka, banging the wall of the lift with his hand. Faster, faster. If we don't go any faster, we'll never get through. Through what? Shouted Grandpa Joe. What have we got to get through? Ah, cried Mr. Wonka, you wait and see. I've been longing to press this button for years, but I've never done it until now. Well, I couldn't bear the thought of making a great big hole in the roof of the factory. Here we go, boys, up and out. But you don't really mean that this lift... Oh, yes, I do, answered Mr. Wonka. You wait and see. Up and out. But it's made of glass, shouted Grandpa Joe. It'll break into a million pieces. I suppose it might, said Mr. Wonka, cheerful as ever, but it's pretty thick glass all the same. The lift rushed on, going up and up, faster and faster and faster, then suddenly, crash! The most tremendous noise of splintering wood and broken tiles came from directly above their heads, and Grandpa Joe shouted, Help! It's the end! We're done for! And Mr. Wonka said, No, we're not. We're through. We're out. Sure enough, The lift had shot right up through the roof of the factory and was now rising into the sky like a rocket, and the sunshine was pouring in through the glass roof. In 5 seconds, they were 1,000 feet up in the sky. "The lift's gone mad!" shouted Grandpa Joe. "Have no fear, my dear sir," said Mr. Wonka calmly, and he pressed another button. The lift stopped and it hung mid-air. You can see the picture there going up through the roof of the factory. It was hovering like a helicopter, hovering over the factory and over the very town itself, which lay spread out below them like a picture postcard. Looking down through the glass floor on which he was standing, Charlie could see the small, faraway houses and the streets, and that the snow lay thickly on everything. It was an eerie and frightening feeling to be standing on clear glass, high up in the sky. Made you feel as if you weren't standing on anything at all. "Oh, are we all right?" cried Grandpa Joe. "How does this thing stay up?" "Sugar power," said Mr. Wonka. 1 million sugar power. "Oh, look," he cried, pointing down. "There go the other children. They're all returning home. Bye-bye." We'll have to wait and see, children, whether the glass elevator makes it safely to the ground tomorrow when we read chapter 29. The other children go home. That's tomorrow's chapter. So we'll save it. All right, well, I hope you've had a lovely day, and I will see you again tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.